Hey guys, welcome back to Our Vision Farm. We just got done feeding and filling up the waters for the evening, and today we're going to be heading towards the back of the property to check out on how that's going back there. If you guys remember a video where we let the sheep, we enclosed the sheep, and when we used to have the cow all the way back there, and they cleared out some land for us. Well, we are getting ready to get some things planted back there. We have some sugar cane I want to plant. I'm going to try to plant a couple of these little papaya, transplant them into the ground. We have some of the edible elephant ears, or also called malanga. We bought these from the store and planted them, and they seem to be doing really good. So we try to pick a couple of tropical things that grow here in Florida, so that we can experiment with planting it all the way back there in the wooded area where it's not being maintained by anything. So we're not going to be watering anything back there, and we already have some things growing back there that grow on its own, like wild blackberries, wild blueberries, beautyberry, and nobody is taking care of that stuff back there. So my hope is that we can get these plants and they'll just survive on their own. This is a sugar cane, but we had a zinnia grow on it too. So I also grabbed a couple packets of seeds. Again, it's just an experiment. I'm not sure if they're gonna grow or not. I was trying to find pumpkin seeds because I feel like pumpkins would do good back there, but I couldn't find any. So I just have some birdhouse gourds, some watermelon, cantaloupe, yellow squash, and cucumber. See if any of that catches and does good without anybody watering it or taking care of it. We went back there a couple times so far. Some things have grown back, but surprisingly it has not all completely grown back, and it's not, you can still walk through it and you can definitely still see where the animals cleared the land for us. All of it hasn't grown back. We have ferns growing back, a couple of leaves like on the trees surrounding it, where before it was clear from the sheep eating everything, but it hasn't all grown back yet. So we have lots of space to work with planting things. Do we need a bucket for watering the stuff we plant? We have a lot of water back there. Let me get a bucket. Like I showed you guys before, it's a lot of marshy spots in the back. We've never seen our whole entire back of the property because there's so much marsh, and it gets pretty deep once the deeper you walk into it. All right, we got through the gate, and as you can see, we removed the whole fence. We had the fencing with the T-post, so we removed all of that, so everything is out in the open, and it's still pretty clear. We have some little green things popping up, but not a whole lot. It's not as thick as it used to be. And there's definitely a lot of open space that we can use for planting edible trees and edible plants and things that have vines and will climb up all of these trees that are already here. So I want to get closer to the water in the back. We're just trying to decide where we want to put everything, because we have a little bit of water here, a lot of water in the back, and then to the right of this piece of property there's also water. That wagon can't come all the way back here, right? What do you think would do good closest to the water? Elephant ears or sugar cane? This is where we had the fencing before. You can see there's some water there. But I think with just the act of planting stuff near the water, the roots of whatever we plant is going to be sucking up the water from underground. Come on. You should have wore long pants. So you can see some of the stuff is spilling back out. We have a beautyberry plant right here that's flowering.
Green back here.
Okay, so I think here will be a good spot to try out the elephant ears. But you can see that is where most of the water starts, and then it only gets deeper from there. And we've never really been all the way back to our property past all of this deep water. So this is where I want to plant the elephant ears and see if it does good here. See if we can even dig through that. But in that spot, it already starts getting a little bit wet, so we won't need to water this stuff. And then this is the dry season, so if it rains a lot, this will probably get a little bit flooded. But hopefully by planting things, it also draws some of this water out eventually, once we actually start planting trees, and it will suck up some of this water. Like down the line, years and years from now, from planting things. Alright, we planted one over here, and then we had a nice little wet spot here too. It kind of sinks down. So we'll put the second elephant ear there and see how it goes, because it's been in a pot for a while. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna grow really big now. And we're not gonna water this because the soil is already pretty wet. So we'll just leave it as is. So we got one, and behind the shovel there's one. Alright, now we have to make sure we bring the pots. Find a good spot for the sugar cane. I think I have an idea of where I want the sugar cane, so we'll grab those 3 pots of sugar cane. Alright, now we're on the right side of where we used to have the fence. So you can see there's a little pathway cleared out. There's a spot back here where I wanted to try the sugar cane. Huh? One here? There's a lot of roots here though.
There's a lot of roots everywhere.
Okay, pick a spot. We've got 3 of them. Up on this hill right here. Alright, that's where the first sugar cane is. And then I want to plant these 2 all the way back here. Which I think it would get some sunlight, but it also gets some of that water that pools up when it rains. Again, not even sure if sugarcane likes that. There's a nice sunny spot over here. Should we put one here? A little sunny spot next to the water. There's so many spider webs. This might be a good spot for one. It's a nice little corner where we can remember. And then we'll put the 3rd one down there. second sugar cane going in. This is the one with the zinnia attached to it. I think that's a good spot because it gets sun and hopefully it draws moisture from this. Last one. Through here. Alright, maybe a little bit past this because it's too muddy there. Right here, if we can get through here, because there's no roots in that spot. Right there is muddy to the point where your feet sink in, but right past it doesn't look like it's too bad if we can get through the roots. Alright, that is the 3 sugar canes in a row, kind of following the natural path that we had made through here. So all we have left is the little papayas and the seeds that I'm just literally going to sprinkle everywhere. I'm not going to think too much of that. We'll be able to tell what is what later on when we come check out everything, because all we have back here is really, are these the grapevines or just some other type of vines? Those vines and fern. So if any of our cucumbers, yellow squash, watermelon, or cantaloupe, birdhouse gourds, if any of that grows, we'll easily be able to tell what it is just by the shape of the leaves, because we don't have a lot of things growing back here that look similar to that. Just saw a black garden snake slither over there. Our little papayas. Papayas do grow tall, so I'm not sure where we're going to put these. And then we're just going to take these seeds, sprinkle them, kick some dirt and leaves over them to kind of hide them from the predators. Where do you think the papaya should go? You just plant, because papayas need multiple ones so they can pollinate good. This might be a good spot, this opening right here. I would just plant them all in the same hole and then see how it goes, because papayas are easy to grow more of. We still have a bunch of them ready to be transplanted, and we have some older ones in the pots too. So if it does good here, we can always bring more of these back here. You can see the soil back here is nice and dark and rich in color, so we don't have to worry about fertilizing the things back here, and hopefully we don't have to worry about watering it because there's so much nearby water, and the soil retains so much water when it rains too. Alright, pop these out. Probably too deep. Just plant them in a cluster. Whatever ends up being the most dominant one will grow. 1 or 2. That's just leave it like that. And these, like I said, we're just gonna scatter everywhere. So that is the planning I wanted to do back here. Every now and then we'll come back and check on the progress, see if everything still is where we planted it, see if any of these seeds sprouted. So I'm looking forward to coming back and showing you guys any updates on that. Like I said, I try to choose things that will climb up and over these trees and all these vines that are hanging up here, things that like to trellis up. And hopefully we'll have something to harvest back here at some point. So I'm gonna get these seeds planted up. But that is it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys that and look forward to an update eventually on what is growing back here. And if we do in the meantime plant anything else back here, I will let you guys know as well, so we can continue to follow along the process. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the update of how it looks back here. I will see you guys in the next one.